Welcome to the Agents of the Unexplained podcast. From a haunted abandoned asylum to Sasquatch lurking in the dark woods and watching you, and all things unexplained, here are the stories from outside our realm. With your host, Bill Rigby.
Good afternoon, everybody. Tonight, 8 o'clock, we will be on the air with our podcast, having Les Odell on here. I'm just all fired up. I'm just letting everyone know what's going on. Instead of the regular 7 o'clock time, we're going to do it at 8 tonight. Usually we like to do 7, but Les needed to be a little bit later, so for such a great researcher, I accommodate him very much so. And as you notice, I'm supporting the Moth Boys today too. They have a great podcast also. I really enjoy watching their podcast. But anyhow, tonight, 8 o'clock, make sure you're here. You don't want to miss this. You know, not only is he a great researcher, he's a great human being. And maybe we get lucky. Mason might sneak in and say hi. Yeah, Mason's cool. I really love that boy. And he tells you how it is. And he likes getting out there researching with his dad. He loves doing that stuff. And it's great seeing that too. But anyhow, not only, like I said, he's a great researcher, he's a great human being, and I'm very honored that Les agreed to come on my podcast. That just blows my mind. I couldn't think of anyone better to have on, to tell you the truth. He just makes my day knowing that he'll be here. Because I'll tell you straight out, I got a hold of him once about a research that we might have been doing, and I had to ask him questions, and you know what, he just shared everything with me. He had no problem. He didn't know me from Adam at that point, and he did not know how much that meant to me that day. That tells me what kind of person he was. He could have gave me a line of crap. He didn't. He was straight up honest. And that's the type of person Les is. And what more can I say? There's not much more I can say about it. So, but next week, we'll be back at our regular time slot at 7 o'clock, and I'm going to have Ron Howells on. Ron's the military vet. He does a lot with PTSD for the soldiers and that. And with all honesty, I had a little bit PTSD with my sighting. So that what he's doing with the vet goes hand in hand with a lot of us that had our traumatization from our sightings. Even though I actually believe it did traumatize me somewhat. And I was lucky enough to have several people talk to me. And Ron, he does great. He's getting people involved. And Ron's a funny guy too. And, and he goes to different events and he's dressed up as Bigfoot, riding his Harley in. It's awesome. He does an awesome job too. So this week and next week, we got couple great guests. Now, on the 24th, if I can get my StreamYard going on my phone, we'll be doing it from getting set up for the Penn Ohio Paranormal Conference. That will be on the 24th. I'm going to try. Thank you, Mary, for giving Kumbo my number. Yes, back to back. I got two great ones coming on. The thing is, we're going to try to do live. We're going to be there setting tables up and get them lined up and that for all the vendors, getting things prepared. So we'll try to do something there. But we're not really going to have any guests. You'll see what the event's going to look like from the inside the big hall. And it's a pretty good sized place. Everyone's going to be impressed. And then with the speakers and all the vendors, which we're up to 32 vendors right now. I'm not going to take many more. I don't think I can. I took another one today. So we gotta, be ready for this. It's going to be a huge success. I know it is, just by the amount of people. I'm getting phone calls from people asking about the event that's local now. It's kind of weird. I've been advertising it for 9-10 months, and that has helped. But we definitely got a lot of interest from people in this area, the Penn, Ohio area, plus from Canada, New York, Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, New Jersey. We got people coming from all over just to come to this event. So that tells me, it's going to be a really great time. We got different larger than life people coming too. So I'm all excited. You just have to be here to see them. So with that being said, let me put this up. Tell people to keep Kumbo in your prayers for his back injury. He broke his L4 and L5. And he's going to need surgery. My wife went through a 4.5 surgery on her L4 and L5, and his probably be about the same. So please keep him in your prayers. He needs it. Unfortunately, accidents happen. He had a small accident on his farm. But keep him in your prayers, please. And with that all being said, be prepared for tonight, folks. It's going to be off the chart with this man right here. It's going to be awesome to have him on here. The next week, this crazy man, good old Ron. It's going to be two great ones back to back. Then you'll see us on the 24th. I'm sorry. Yeah, you'll see me. But anyhow, with that being said, be ready. 8 o'clock tonight, folks. See you then.
This has been an Agents of the Unexplained original podcast. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe and view on YouTube. And please visit our store link in the bio. Thank you for listening. And remember that paranormal is the new normal.